Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Haley, and here on my channel I have a series called Chronic Illness Talks where I talk about various topics related to the chronic illness and health community. I have a playlist that I will link up above in the cards, and you can watch the videos I've already made before this video or after this video, whichever you prefer. But today I'm going to be sharing about self-advocacy. Something I want to say really fast is that self-advocacy, there's so much to it that one simple YouTube video isn't going to tackle it all. And to give a little background context, I have mitochondrial disease. I also have several other conditions. So I've been in and out of the hospital my entire life, in and out of doctor's offices my entire life. That scene is not super new to me, but between the end of 2013 and the first week of January 2016, I only had one hospital visit. It was very minor, and I was stable the rest of the time. So that changed in January of 2016 because a lot of health issues started to arise. The first few months of 2016, I obviously have feelings and I had thoughts, and there was times when I contradicted the doctor, but a lot of those times I didn't speak up because I was worried about hurting their feelings or them getting really upset, and I didn't want that to happen. And then I want to say because I was in that flare-up from January to June, so I want to say starting in May was when I really truly started being my self-advocate. I did start towards the end of April though. But it took a while for me to get to the point where I felt that I could say something and speak up, and you know, that confidence takes a while to build. Like I said, it's not something you gain overnight. So I remember one of the times that I was not my own self-advocate, which I'm not going to get into just because I don't like sharing this story. But basically it was a circumstance in the hospital that I really wish I had spoken up about, that I just didn't, and that I regretted, but I've learned from it, and I've moved on to saying that was a lesson, and to always speak up, always ask questions. That's my number one tip, is always ask questions. Whenever I'm inpatient at the hospital, no matter what, even if it's super obvious they're doing my blood pressure and vitals, what are my vitals? Are they low? Are they high? Like, I'm able to tell them. And also, oh, are you changing the D5 bag? Oh, okay. Are you changing the rate down to 50? Okay. I have learned to ask lots of questions, because at the end of the day, it is your body and it is your health and it is no one else's. So that's like an unofficial tip, is ask questions and don't be afraid to ask them. Another instance, which I actually was proud of myself for speaking up, but you know, this story kind of shares that even when you speak up, there's not always going to be medical professionals who will respect you after that or respect you at all. And so sometimes in life you just have to switch to a different doctor or a different nurse, and trust me, that's not easy. But if you are in a place like I was, for example, there is a nurse, for a multitude of reasons, this isn't the only reason, not allowed to come to our house anymore from our home health company. And one of the things, so I had my central line placed and it was in the worst spot it could ever be in. So it was right here. This is literally right where my scar was. That's where the central line came out. Worst place ever. Horrible place, but that's besides the point. So I would have a nurse come change it every week, and she came. And she was, sometimes with central lines, you minorly adjust where exactly it's laying. Sometimes you experiment if like over here is a little bit more comfortable, or over there, or up. It just, you know, you experiment, but it's never like drastic. She said, how about we put the line right here, and she was gonna do the dressing here. And I was like, no, I'm really not comfortable with that. And she's like, well, let's just try it. I'll do it anyway. It will be fine. And let me tell you, central line that comes out to here and the rest is laying like under, ouch. It's all I'm gonna say. That was horrible pain. And luckily we were able to get someone who honestly goes above and beyond for us even now. And she changed it. But I was so frustrated at that. And while I did speak up, I didn't speak up more than once because I feel like I could have stopped it. But that's another chapter of my self-advocacy book that I'm building upon. Lesson is the right word. So I mean, these first two stories, the first one I didn't speak up at all, and this one I did, but only a little bit. And I think as you build up the skill, you learn lesson after lesson of when you really do need to speak up. And my intention of sharing these instances is describing kind of how you can progress and how you will become your own self-advocate, and you just have to slowly build those blocks through these stories. I don't want you thinking that I'm some like perfect advocate, because I'm not, because a lot of the times I'm still silent. I'm not perfect. But in really important situations, I ask questions. I am my own self-advocate, and I say if I'm comfortable with something or not. So this last story is actually pretty recent, and it happened back in November when I had to get my port restitched. And my body is a very complex, complicated thing, and surgery isn't something that is easy on my body, and I can't fast. So I have to be on TPN before, during, and after surgery to prevent my body from crashing, because some lively fluids just won't do anything. They keep my blood sugar up, but everything else would start crashing. And so we had spent the better part about 2 days explaining that to everybody, every doctor, every surgeon or resident from the surgeon team that came in. But basically they came in and kept saying that they're gonna sign us up to do an outpatient surgery. And the whole day I was saying, I can't, like, even with outpatient surgery, there are priorities. It is Thursday. If it's an outpatient surgery, I can guarantee you it's not gonna happen during Saturday or Sunday unless it's a dire emergency. Schedule it for Monday, but what if that gets pushed back to Tuesday? And what if Tuesday gets pushed back to Wednesday, and Wednesday is my normal infusion days, and I cannot just skip out on my infusions. And I was getting so incredibly frustrated, and it takes me a lot. It takes a lot for me to get really, really, really mad. Like, it takes a lot for a doctor to do to make me that mad as I was. And obviously my parents were helping me advocate for myself, but the chief resident came in and he basically said the whole spiel about outpatient, and I honestly didn't care anymore. I'm like, okay, have you read my chart? Yes. You know how complex and complicated my health is with mitochondrial disease, right? Yes. Okay, well, here's the thing. I am the patient who gets the rare side effects from medications. I am the patient who gets the weirdest symptoms with no explanation. I am the patient who is, if not on TPN and not giving my gut a rest after surgery, her gut is going to shut down. I'm going to crash and I'm not going to be okay, and you need to listen to me. Just do it. And those were very similar words to what I said. I can't remember word for word, but I was fuming, and everybody was actually really surprised that I yelled, because I never yell. I hate yelling at people. And I ended up having to stay in the hospital an extra night for a different reason, because my body was just, I don't know what it was. It needed that extra day of fluids. But the next morning, a whole new team of doctors came in, and they had a full thought out, laid out plan before they walked in the door. So I want to share with you that whether you are starting your self-advocate journey, whether you are building upon it, whether you are in the middle, whether you are a really, really great self-advocate, know that it takes time, and it's okay to ask questions, and it is okay to confront doctors, because what is so important for you to realize is this is your body and your health. It's your body and your health, and that is the most important and vital thing to remember. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully it was just maybe an entertaining one to listen to. I don't know. I don't know where this video's going, but I was like, you know what? I have this idea, I might as well film it. So don't forget to hit that like button down below. Click that subscribe button while you are at it. Check out all my social links in the description box below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.